Well, we know that gardening is not all sunshines and rainbows most of the time. It's tedium and boring and backbreaking. And when you're in the winter coming out to spring, it's sometimes really hard to find a motivation to just get it done. Particularly if you're sleep deprived, like I make myself. But some days, like today, it's in the 60s again, and so that's 17, 18 Celsius. It's a nice day out. The sun's shining here and there. So that gives me a bit of a push. Plus it's March now. We're into second week in March. It is time to put some seeds in some soil if we want plants come summertime. Particularly if I want to sell some plants in the summertime. I am doing a seedling sale mid-May, which is almost a safe time for plants to go out the summer, the warm plants. So, but I'm offering a variety. I may have bit off more than I can chew, but this will be a learning experience to see what does well. This venue that I'm using hasn't had a plant sale in like a decade, so they couldn't exactly help me with suggestions on what would be popular in the area to plant. So I'm doing a little bit of everything, and luckily if it doesn't sell, then I get to grow it and eat it. So not that much lost. And I've also been holding off on planting because I just don't want to start everything too early like I did last year and not have enough space indoors, especially with the amount of plants I'm gonna need to be indoors. So this week I'll be sowing peppers primarily, because those take a little bit longer to germinate and grow out. I'm going to start my sweet potato, getting those rooted. And I'm only doing a couple. I bought some slips also, even though I said I wouldn't. That's good to get variety. So sweet potato slips, eggplant maybe this week, and ground cherry I think I'll do this week. And also, more importantly, are my winter sowing jugs. I'm gonna continue to do the brassicas, because now is definitely the time for most of those to be out. Lost one. And right now I'm using my local Miracle Grow potting mix, because there were some delays in getting my coco coir, so I couldn't make my own soil, but I got it now and it's soaking. So this will be an experiment of one load with this soil and see how these plants fare compared to the ones that I use my cocoa worm casting mix, vermiculite mix. Now this is a pretty fluffy medium, not too many big particulates, so that's nice. like last year, the potting mix had a lot of twigs and bark, and I had to put coco coir on top so that the seeds would have a softer medium to grow into first, and then as they got older they would sink down into the potting mix rougher soil, and they did fine in that with that method. And I thought I'd have to do that again, but it looks like this mix is nice and fine, so I'm not gonna have to do anything extra. I have already seen the fungus gnats flying around, so I have to get these bags out of the elements, and hopefully the fungus gnats don't find them and fill my house with more fungus gnats. But I didn't want to boil it. It's just too much to do already with everything else I'm already doing. So taking my chances with this batch. So the sweet potato I had in the basement, and it stays pretty much in the 50s, mid 50s, but it's been getting progressively warmer with the heater going, the lights going. It's a little bit warmer outside, so it's been getting up, 60s, mid 60s. So my sweet potatoes have been growing, and honestly, even in the 50s they were already growing. This is just a box with like shredded paper. This was like a fruit box. This looks like a beautiful specimen of a potato. It's red skin. I think it has an orange center, if I'm correct, and it's already got a slip there. So I'm going to plant that, and then another variety. Which one was I going to go with? I don't remember. Ah, this one. This one looks okay. It's got a tiny bit of slip trying to grow out of it, so I think this would be a good one to plant. So this is where I had leeks and onions. I already potted out the onions. The leeks I've left in here. I think it's plenty of space for both of them to coexist. These also need another haircut. Oops. So I'm just probably gonna take a little bit of dirt out of here. So I'm going to submerge these about halfway in. Give it a lot of soil contact. Oh boy, this fit better in my imagination. So we want good soil contact so that the roots, we have good root systems. And hopefully lots of slips. I'm also using lukewarm water here to speed along the warming of the soil, which sweet potatoes like. It's warmer soil. And this will go into a warmer space in the grow room, which if it negatively impacts the leeks, then I will up-pot the leeks into another space. But yeah, that's off to a good start. I'm going to go ahead and pre-moisten the soil. Ah, look at that. Seed must have dropped in there at some point in the last couple of weeks when I made these. And it's growing. So these bigger pots are going to be peppers, and this tinier ones are going to be ground cherry. And these were moist when I put them in the bag, but ever since they have dried out. I should not have let that happen, maybe. But maybe that helps keep the fungus gnats off of them too. And while I wait for the water to soak in, I have to make more containers with holes in them. Drainage holes, drainage holes, drainage holes. This is definitely one of the easier jobs. Alright, so my last-ish order for myself, I'm going to be sewing paprika, pepper, and a pepper mix. Not really sure what's in there, but it should be interesting. Nope, not this time. Like I said, eggplant sometime this week. So that's for me. And then for the sale, oh, that's also, so for winter sewing, I'm going to be doing spinach, bok choy, pak choy, cabbage, and a tatsoi, Swiss chard, and the peppers for the sale are going to be poblano. It's a nice stuffing pepper and not super hot. Bell peppers, because it's good to cook with, and the jalapeno, and the Aunt Molly's ground cherry for the ground cherries. Alright, I've got all my markers in. I'm still waiting for this water to get absorbed. There's still standing water. It's only like, it's getting there. I'm seeing the tops start to dark brown. So we are almost ready to put some seeds in. I prepped my jugs for the plants I'm keeping. This looks like it's soaked almost. Yep, that one's good. Oh, it's heavy. So just wait on that. The finer the seed, the closer to the surface they like to be. So just press those in. And the rule of thumb is twice the width of the size of the seed. Well, the light is going out and the rain is coming in. So that's all I have for you today. I'll finish this up in a little while. I got a lot to do still. I'm sure you're all busy out there doing a lot of gardening as well. Good luck. I will talk to you again real soon. Bye.